Good morning. I am Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you. Hope you had a great weekend. Looking forward to talking to you today about you and your business. But before I do that, I want to remind you the national television show launches January 3rd on the Biz TV network from New York to Los Angeles, dozens of destinations in between. So looking forward to that. 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Biz TV network. You can learn more about that at priceofbusiness.com. Marty Okner, he is a regular guest on the program. We haven't had him on for a while. It's good to talk to you today. Marty is a leader in the whole middle market area of business. He is a leader in an organization in New York. It's a national, actually international organization called the Association for Corporate Growth, ACG. But he's a leader in the New York operation of that organization that is a nonprofit organization that helps develop and support middle market companies. But he's also with a company called SHM Corporate Navigators. And Marty, good to talk to you. How are you today?
Great. Thanks so much for the introduction. Great to be on the show, as always.
You bet. Why don't you start off with a little bit of information about both ACG and your company?
Sure. So the Association for Corporate Growth is the largest association for middle market executives and transactional professionals in the world, with about 14,500 members. And New York's the largest chapter of that association with 1,100 members. And basically what we do is we help enhance the flow of capital to middle market companies in order to help them grow.
Very good. And your guest today?
Great. Well, it's really my pleasure to have Warren Fader on the show, who is a principal with Karl Marx, which is a investment banking, advisory, and private equity firm that really is instrumental in helping grow and develop middle market companies. And Warren and I actually serve on the board of ACG New York together. So welcome to the show, Warren.
Thank you very much, Marty and Kevin, and it's a pleasure to be here today.
Why don't you start off with your elevator speech about what your firm does?
Thanks, Kevin. Karl Marx, an interesting name for a capitalist financial firm, but
it is.
We've been around for 90 years, and we're a merchant bank. We manage capital, and I co-founded the investment banking group around 20 years ago, and we specialize in advising business owners that are looking to sell their company or grow their company, and we help them do that very successfully.
Very good. Marty?
Great. So, Warren, one of the things that often comes up is when we speak with middle market companies is how do I prepare my company for sale? How do I move forward with the transaction process successfully? And wanted to explore that with you. You really have the benefit of meeting with a lot of different companies, each year, and you've been through, in 20 years in the business, various economic cycles. In today's environment, what are some of the things that a business owner should really be thinking about before they come and engage your firm and put their company on the market?
Well, Marty, I think the most important thing is to really get your house in order, and the house analogy is a good one. Just like when you sell your house, you'd want to paint it and make sure it's uncluttered and really doesn't have distractions and noise. You want to do the same thing with your business. And I'd say with the business, there are probably three key areas to look in. Number one, you want your numbers and your system and your financial information to be clean and understandable. Ideally, it'll be audited by a third-party accounting firm, or certainly at least reviewed, because that shows that the numbers are presentable and understandable to someone else. Number two, you want to get your corporate structure in the way that's going to be most advantageous to you in selling the company. Ultimately, it's how much you keep after you pay taxes that you're really looking for here. So whether you're a subchapter S, an LLC, or a C Corp, you want to take a look at that and do whatever advanced planning you can. And number three, I would try to minimize the noise. And what I mean by that, Marty, is kind of look at your accounts receivable, look at the inventory. If you have old stuff there that hasn't moved in a while, clean it up, deal with it so that when you present your company, It's easy to understand, and there won't be pushback on specific things. Likewise with lawsuits, any contract renewals, potential employee issues. Really take stock and stand back a little bit and look at your company as though you were going to be the buyer, and you basically want to be able to highlight all the great things about it and not get mired down in some of the challenges.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you, Warren. By the way, the website for Warren's company is Karl Marx, Marks. In fact, let me make sure you're not spelling it like Carl in the Karl Marx way in the first name either. CarlMarks.com. Tell me a little bit about your clients and typically what you do for them.
What we're seeing now is really a wave of baby boomers that have started businesses. The baby boomer generation has been very entrepreneurial and in their 20s, 30s started businesses years ago, and are now reaching mid to late 60s, early 70s, and they're saying, now it's time to do something and maybe get liquidity out of their baby that they've built up over their entire career. Maybe their son or daughter's in the business, and they would like to take some chips off the table as well and have a partner to help them grow. So really, Kevin, every story is a different story. But I'd say a large part of our practice in our family business M&A practice is really geared towards baby boomers, that are looking to move on to the next stage of their life and enjoy what they've accomplished over the course of their life.
Very good. Go ahead, Marty.
So, Warren, it's interesting you mentioned taking some chips off the table and selling your business. What kind of capital should these companies be looking for? Is there really different forms of capital based on the unique needs of a business owner and their families?
Absolutely, and there's probably more different flavors of capital available in the market today, Marty, than truthfully any time I can recall in my career. Because interest rates are so low, even with the quarter-point tick-up, there's a tremendous move to find yield and value wherever people can, and there's all sorts of different capital providers out there who are more than happy to do that. It really depends on the business, whether you're looking to partner with someone, to keep a stake in the business, to grow it, or if you've reached a stage where maybe you have no succession plans and you want a complete exit. And in the first case, you may be a little more geared towards working with a private equity firm or other private capital, so you're able to take chips off the table but also play for that even more important second bite. And if you're looking for a complete exit, you might find that the best result could be selling to a strategic who could basically combine your business with theirs and get maximum value that way.
All right, so with that, we kind of need to wrap it up. Final thoughts real quick in about 30 seconds to wrap it up real quick for us, Marty.
Sure. Well, Warren, it's really a pleasure to have you on the show today, and Kevin, thanks so much for having us on. And once again, Warren's website is Karl Marx, CarlMarks.com, and my website is shmcorporatenavigators.com. And if you'd like to learn more about the Association for Corporate Growth, you can log on to acgnyc.org.
Very good. When we come back, we're going to have much more for you. I do want to remind you that content here shows up over there at usdatareview.com, and this is The Price of Business.